All right, folks, this is Lonzo, the Godfather, West Coast Hip Hop, and my man on the phone in New York, Dr. Dre. What's up, Doc?
Brother, I'm drinking water. I'm trying to make sure I'm ready and liquidated for this whole situation.
All right, and we are the Legendary Connection, folks, where the West Coast and the East Coast gets together to talk about everybody's ass, and it's all good. You still drinking that water, man?
Brother, I'm finished now because I was semi-parched. If I didn't want to start this on a parched note, I wanted to be liquefied.
He liquefied now. All right, he liquefied.
I am now liquefied. So liquefied.
I told you about that singing shit. Damn it, here we gonna start all the. What's up with you, man? What you got going on over there today?
It's just, it's a pleasant day. The weather's normal. The heat is up. The cold is down. And I'm very appreciative of what's happening right now. I'm very appreciative that there was no craziness this week in hip hop for me. Okay. I don't know about you, but I didn't see anything outstanding.
We had me and Dusty was talking about something the other day about this cat you'll do it out of Chicago. Forgot his name, but he's 10 years old. We're talking a gang of shit, drinking lean, drunk, smoking weed, and he got a manager.
At 10 years old.
10 years old, and his manager is supporting Charleston White, called the Child Protective Services on everybody. Dropped the love.
Oh, get out of here.
Yeah, he did. I ain't mad at him. I ain't mad at him.
Good for him.
Charleston White dropped the love.
That's one of the biggest issues we got dealing with the music and the culture, dealing with our own. It's like our responsibility. And when can we be responsible? As you know, when we were growing up, our parents, relatives, and friends, if you were doing wrong, they'd whoop your ass and then call your parents.
Right.
And say, I whooped their ass. And your parents were like, did you get a good shot in for me?
I think we had too many people that's in power positions that's not being mature. They think anything these youngsters come up with that could possibly make some money is okay. And all money ain't good money. I don't give a damn what nobody say. All money ain't good money.
But that's always the case we deal with. Even before it was like profitable of profitables, we felt now we can express ourselves like no other and no one can stop what we have to say. It was never about stopping what you had to say. It was about saying what you said responsibly. Right. So whatever you owned up to run your mouth and do, you should be able to back it up.
Right.
That's what it was really about. You got to back up all that yin yang y'all want to say.
Well, most people, unfortunately, man, most people don't know how to vet a person to see if they really who they say they are on record. They take it for granted that if you said it, you must be doing it. And if you're doing it, I'm going to do it too. Meanwhile,
or you know what? It's official then.
Yeah, it's official.
It's official.
That reminds me of when they told me once you write a book, you become an authority on a certain subject. I guess it's the same thing when you become an artist. Once you become an artist, you become an authority on certain subjects, and whether you're authority or not, okay? People think you're an authority, and that's true. Blind leading the blind, Doc. No offense, no pun intended.
And this blind man will say that's a good rule because just because I'm blind don't mean I know everything about being blind. I don't call up Stevie Wonder for tips. Stevie said, how do you drive? How do you drive your golf cart?
Wow, that's crazy.
We don't have those conversations.
That's crazy. Man, I guess hip hop. Oh, I see Kool Herc is being
inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Okay.
Yeah, that we got one right.
I need to call, man. I think I deserve a call. But some people in the chat room will say, Lonzo, you should have a call too. You know what? At first I didn't think I did, but you know what? Shit. I'm like, if you didn't get, if I didn't do what I did, Dre them can do what they did. Kool Herc, he's in the same position. He did what he did.
He's in the same. But see, you know what? My thing with the Kool Herc thing, and I'm not questioning anything he did. So let nobody get crazy. Say, why Dre always on the negative side? I'm not. I'm on the positive side. I know Kool Herc, like Kool Herc, respect Kool Herc, but when he was doing what he was doing, the potential in his mind say, this turntable 1 and 2 is going to become that thing.
Okay.
And I could be honest with you, until 1977, when the lights went out in New York City, I got my turntables. That's the truth. Prior to that, it was let me borrow my auntie's turntable, or let me get this other stereo system, and see what we can do. And that's why I constantly bring up the sound clashes. These gentlemen with enormous sound systems, portable sound systems from the Caribbean, and my folks, and I'm not trying to compare or say one was better than the other. Not my point of conversation. It was simple as this. At the point of that sound class system versus what Kool Herc did, in New York City, we had a blackout.
Okay.
Now, if you don't know what the blackout means, that means all the electricity, all the security alarms, all the lights, all the police, it was blacked out. And when that blackout hit, so did the electronic stores get hit. It was Christmas in the middle of the summer at 125 degrees.
Wow.
And Santa Claus was nowhere to be found. He was found saying, put that on the back of the damn sled, Rudolph, and shut up.
Wow, that's deep.
But that's what happened. From every borough, even in parts of Nassau County, and I don't think it went as far as Suffolk County, but it was because the heat was so high and the electric grid just said, I quit. Not kidding. They didn't want to turn the air conditioner down, so we're going to turn off the electricity. And when that happened, everybody went shopping. They didn't bring any coupons, but they took enough shopping carts and everything else you could name. People were walking around with Gucci before Gucci was popular.
That's crazy. That's crazy. All right.
And also, when you understand that, it gives a different understanding of the birth of what we call, I would say, modern two turntables and a microphone.
Who was the first person out of New York to actually make a rap record?
It was the Fatback Band.
Okay, and then what year was
I told you that before.
What year was that?
The first rap record was by the Fatback Band.
They out of New York, right?
Kingston the Third.
What year
and it
was
wasn't a rap group. It was a 70, either 78. I'm gonna say 78, but I'm gonna say 79 too. Because it was like in the summer.
I remember playing the song.
It was in the summer.
Okay.
And when it came on, it was a record, like 2 or 3, and I'll do it for you. And that breakdown hit. It was like, to the beat, everybody, to the beat, everybody. But no, what? What is this? What is this? And the thing is, you knew that was such a huge hit record because when we were DJing in the park as little kids in 78, 70, 79, you dropped that Kingston the Third and the park, the basketball court stopped, the park, everybody's like their heads turned and they were jumping like crazy. Do it to me and I'll do it to you. As soon as you heard that doom, 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 doom,
it came out in 79.
To the beat. 79, then that's when it was. Yeah. So but it came out before Rapper's Delight.
But didn't Christmas Rapping and Curtis Blow come out before 78?
No. Again, no, it didn't. I'm telling you. The Breaks was in 1980. Christmas Rapping was in the winter of 19. If it was 79, it was in the winter. Because I remember when King Charles played Christmas Rapping before it got to the radio. And again, these are what these mobile DJs would do because they would have access to all this material from people like Russell Simmons, who's Russell Rush, who signed Curtis Blow to the first what do you call it? Major label.
Right.
Doing that song, a singles deal. But he was also with Orange Crush, the band. So you had that dynamic going on. So when that dropped, Christmas Rapping, I know that wasn't in the summer, but Kingston the Third was in the summer because we was in the parks with that song.
Okay.
That was a park killer.
All right, interesting, very interesting.
And then Sugar Hill Gang came out after with that, and when that dropped, you could forget it. First of all, we were all in shock when we first heard, and none of these songs that we're talking about, they weren't played on the radio. That was with Mr. Magic, WHBI, and they would be playing artist tapes with Busy Bee, Lovebug Starsky, and Cold Crush Brothers, and Mercedes Ladies,
Okay.
and Africa Islam with Zulu Beats. See, all those stuff, those were like, you get tapes of that stuff. And I remember the first time I heard Rapper's Delight, it was on somebody's tape.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't like a mixtape, it was like a tape of somebody's party.
Okay.
And you heard it, and we were like, what the heck, baby? Because Sugar Gang, she could come out with Good Times.
Right.
And we were crucial. Good Times was the summer anthem into the fall and the winter. And that's after that, that's when Sugar Gang came out.
Now,
Good Times hit.
My favorite Fatback song was I Like the Girls.
Oh, come on. That was that. That was a fall song for us. Doom, 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 doom. Summertime is gone. Winter's almost here. Time to get out your overcoats and let the girls run free. Girls,
man,
I like the girls.
When that shit came, that had to be man, I don't even know when that was. That had to be in the early 70s.
No, that was
mid 70s,
just before King Tim III. That was just before King Tim III. Yeah.
Okay.
That was 78. Yeah. Because the reason I remember that so well, because when that song dropped, do 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 do, it was that bass line that got you.
Yeah, that shit was.
No, because the lyric was wintertime is going, summer's almost here. Time to drop those overcoats and let the girls run free.
Is that
that was hot.
Is that
and the Fatback Band was from Queens in New York. That was the other thing.
Has that bass line been lifted yet? I know it should have.
Yeah, a couple people, some people have messed with it. But I can't say it's been like, oh my God, that's girls. I like the girls. No. I haven't heard it from that position. No.
Man.
But no, that was one of those. Fatback Band was one of those groups that was what I would call the first hip hop hybrid band group that understood rap music because they were from the streets, but they also understood funk from the Parliament Funkadelic era.
Yeah.
And just and knew it.
Are they still around? I ain't heard nothing about them in a year.
No, they make hot music. I mean, their greatest hits album, they have that song, doom 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 doom.
Oh yeah, okay.
That Jeff Red covered.
Okay.
Jeff Red covered. I've been around the world.
Okay, all right.
Bernadette,
I see you, baby. Bernadette's here, man.
I'm live on
the slide, man.
We got a half a head. Can we get the rest of the head?
Let me see. Let me turn it around. Turn it around.
There you go.
Okay. Yeah.
She looking a little homeless. Jay. She in the car. Did you move in the car, baby? The chicken had to kick you out the car.
Why can't I be on the prowl or on the way back from my sugar daddy? Why am I
did they kick you out the house? He put you down in 2 old school plays and put you out the house. Damn, I'm sorry.
Y'all better come find him if I get kicked out of somewhere. Y'all better come find him.
Now she in the car with the best reception he had, and God knows how long. That's beautiful. It must be a Tesla or something, because she got some serious internet jumping off of this something. Because here she moving all smooth and shit. Got lighting good and everything.
I have a new hotspot. Never mind, Lonzo.
I bet you do. I bet you do.
You got some. Wait. Do you have on braces?
No. This must be a really good light. You trying to see me again?
I thought because I saw some silver across your teeth.
You got
okay. Just checking. Thought you might have had.
That would be a good sugar daddy. I had one like that.
Huh?
That took care of my dental.
Did he really? Would you take care of him?
Sugar daddy with dental. How about that?
Sugar daddy with benefits.
One round. It didn't take much for him.
Boy, this benefits. Boy, damn.
My sugar daddy got benefits.
I was laughing about that.
He voted for Joe Biden.
We was laughing about that the other day, talking about sugar daddies, and we just joking around. And my man said, "You gonna get your sugar mama?" I said, "Man, sugar mama think gonna be 75 years old." I don't think so.
See, sugar babies.
No.
It's a website called the Sugar Babies.
Yeah, I seen them spoiled ass heifers.
Look, and I found out. Look. Don't be on
you
there.
Say bald ass heifers?
Bald ass heifers.
No.
What you call the bald?
It's Teachers Appreciation Weekend, and how I found out about sugar babies was they're edupreneurs, and some of the younger teachers do that in the summertime.
What, get sugar babies in the summertime? Get sugar daddies in the summertime?
Yeah, I actually found a article and infographic. Yes.
That's deep.
Because they don't pay teachers enough. So let me advocate. Because they don't pay
That's
teachers
true.
enough, so teachers have to do that.
That sounds like lightweight prostitution to me. I'm just saying. I could be.
No, that's not. That's educational. That's educational. It's educational institutionist. Don't be getting no prostitution in there. They give you the education because they try to free your mind and let the rest follow.
And
I should have told y'all that. I'm sorry.
Ain't nothing wrong with filling your head.
I'm sorry. My fellow educators, I shouldn't have told the legends that.
They're trying to relieve your wallet of some of your hard-earned income. Shit.
They're trying to supplement their summer
at your expense.
If that's the way you look at it. You supporting education.
Are you a teacher? Are you a teacher, Bernadette, by some on the slide?
Yes, I was. I've been a teacher assistant. Yeah, I'm an educator.
Oh, see, she just sold on herself, Dre. I wonder what page she on. Sugar Babies.
Well, let me find you. You are on Sugar Babies, like I know. So, all right. What do I look for you, Lonzo, or what? Reckon you up, or what? What's your name on the Sugar Daddies?
I don't know.
That's Chairman Zoe. Don't mess with Chairman Zoe.
Dre is pumping bass on there. I want to find out y'all names on the dating websites.
Yeah, okay. I ain't got no.
If I'm have a name on the dating website, it's going to be Coochie Coo.
Lord have mercy. One of my guys in the chat room got a question for me. Derek Mallory asked Lonzo, any luck on contacting the Night Owls about their sampling? Yes, it did. I called my people up and they found it immediately, and they've already put together an email to either cease and desist or give me my money. One of the two. Unfortunately, it only goes back 3 years on YouTube. So we found a couple of different sites that's been using my music.
Well, tell the story.
Well, one of my guys. I think it might have been Derek Mallory. One of the viewers found this song by a group called Night Owls, and it's called "Before I Turn Out Your Lights" or something like that. And basically, it's a gangbanging record talking about kicking ass, but it's my shit. He used my beat. He used the same hook. He used everything. Okay. And it's he's online right now. Much love. Night Owl's record label from San Diego called Sawed Off Records. Okay. Sawed Off Records. And the guy who actually made the record, the artist is dead, but the label ain't kicked in. No change for nothing. So they got to come correct. I want all my money on all my publishing, half the writers, maybe even more than that. So just go and write me a fat ass check. And it was a hit. I mean, it was a hit to somebody. Somebody got over 1 million views. So somebody was liking it.
How old is it?
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be a couple of years old. I think YouTube only go back 3-4 years, something like that. 3 years, I think.
So you got to get the audio.
I got it. I heard it. But Dusty played it for me the other day.
I'm saying you would go after the audio, because there's the music, the words, and the content that you go after, right?
Well, I do the same. I would do the same thing that Homeboy just got to attempting to do for Marvin Gaye. That's my shit. Okay. All right. Oh, Candy Flip also sample Juice. Oh my God. Thank y'all, fellas. I got eyes and ears all over. Let me call my girl right now.
There you go.
I was gonna give a shout out to what is it, Mark Bam's guy.
No, I say Mark. This is another lady, Nicole. Nicole. She is a publishing manager. I brought her on board a few weeks ago. Nicole Key, and
Okay.
she is a beast.
Okay, I'll be quiet because Mark is an IP attorney.
Okay. Uh,
Mm.
yeah. So, yeah. Um, yeah. I'm trying to get all my money. I'm trying to bring everybody to the table. So,
Mm.
Thank you, Derek, because I think we were going to talk about y'all's these occurrences like that anyway one day. Yep.
well, you know what? It happens so much, and here it is. When you're not all over the place like the internet is, shit can get by you. Okay, and people
Wow.
think they can do it forever.
Shoot, I love our chat. Good looking
Huh?
out. I
Oh,
said I love our chat. Good looking out.
they looking out like a son of a gun. I ain't mad at
Mm.
them.
All right, pump that bass too out there, y'all. But y'all know this. Pump that bass probably all
Yeah.
over the place. Lil Wayne got amnesia and whatnot, so whoever else.
Ain't gonna be too much more amnesia coming up. We already aligning everything up, and some folks are gonna have to real deal with the real deal, and some folks you just have to go after personally and say, hey, we just want to let you know that we here and we
Yep.
really appreciate your musical taste, and we think you being able to use the music and enjoy it and be able to experience it and collect a nice check. But we just need you to subcontract that check over this way. Because I'm gonna tell you that Ed Sheeran case, that Shay case is bothering me.
Wow.
And what bothers me about it is the fact that he was arrogant enough to get and speak to the folks afterward and act like, well, this is just commonplace. And if that's going to destroy music, then I'm not going to do music anymore.
Mm.
Well, Ed,
Shocking.
I got something for you, brother. I got something for you. I don't care how British, how cute you look, how you think you just got over. It's time to give you the what's going on. It's
Hmm.
time to bring you to mother, mother. There's too
Here
many
we go.
of you
Put your blinkers
dying.
on. Change lanes. That's not
There
your
you
lane.
go. Tick, 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 tick.
Put your blinkers on. Change your lane. So that is not
I'm
your
just going to
lane.
tell them war is not the answer. But coming after your ass will conquer hate. That's why I'm looking at it.
It's
And
broke.
That's the way I look at it.
Dre, somebody
You
sent
can
me a
feel any way you want to.
MP3 from the UK, and I couldn't listen to it. I couldn't tolerate to hear your part because it was so. It was a pump that bass from the UK, but I couldn't. I wasn't feeling it. It was they was like and the person that sent it, they were excited to share it because it was like I found another song, but I guess I need to go back and look. But it was UK, but it was hard to listen to.
No, I appreciate that. Thank you, Bernadette.
Mm.
Like I said, we have put together a nice committee of folks that we're going to do what we're going to do our rolling, rolling on the river. We're going to go right down the river and be able to take care of what is necessary.
Tina Turner, he did
That's the
Tina
way.
Turner.
This thinking was Tina Turner.
Technically that was CCR, Creedence Clearwater Revival, and Ike and Tina did the remake, which is fine, but they definitely wrote their check to the CCR. That's the way that went down.
Of course, Ike would
Because
do right.
you, excuse me,
I said, of course, Ike would do right by other folks.
Yeah,
Continue.
they ain't got no choice to do nothing right except that CCR. They didn't play that. That's them white folks. They were very happy to hear you. Big wheel keep on turning. Proud Mary kept on burning. But they said, just make sure you burn some of that cash this way. We don't
yeah.
mind.
Hmm.
We do not mind. We grew up in that era where people were always covering song after song as fast as it came out. And
Yeah,
there was nothing wrong with that
they were
because
stealing
they were
fast
writing
back in the
checks
day,
too.
boy. They were stealing. Derek Mallory said, "Did you ever get paid for Easy E? Pump that bass."
No, I did not. That's why I said, nope, they ain't got nothing to worry about. You ain't got nothing to worry about. You ain't got nothing to worry about because we are going to see you very soon. the thing is, I don't believe in statutes of limitations. I believe when you take from a blind man,
Oh,
and
shit.
you know you took from a blind
You're dropping
man,
a handicap card on your ass right quick.
Do
that's
it.
what I
Do
gotta
it.
do.
Yes. Do it.
You gotta do what you need to do.
What the
You
violins?
gotta do what you need to do.
What the violins? Let me find my violins.
Mhm.
Right
That is just
Look. You can get the full orchestra.
Huh?
You can get the full orchestra.
I must have started the wrong song, but yeah, he done dropped a serious blind man. Oh my God, here we go. Anyway,
Okay.
I pushed the wrong button, so therefore it's playing something else right now. But it's all good.
Okay.
We still got love.
Is that a pimp
Don't
song?
worry about that.
You're damn right it is. Hold on, I play.
See?
Don't worry about that. Hey, y'all, prepare yourself for the blind man band. You've never heard the attorneys from the blind man's band. He's about to lose control when the blind man starts to jam. How about that?
Again, put your blinkers on and change lanes. Birdie,
I'm
what's happening with
sorry.
you, baby?
Let's see what's going on with me. Shoot. Y'all gave me flashbacks because I used to play clarinet in high school band, and for some reason they loved Proud Mary. I played that every year of high school band. But what's going on in Mississippi? We got so much that it's ridiculous. I don't know. Can I tell bad? The women of Mississippi, except for me, these two cousins on a live in Mississippi walked up on the third cousin and they popped off. And the two cousins are gone. And just last month we had what's that? Last month, then the month before that, another
Wait.
lady
Be
from
clear.
Mississippi.
Be clear on what you just said. Hold on.
Oh,
You
okay.
said
Let
the
me be
two
clear. So
cousins got together
two
and
cousins
they're
are
gone.
dead after they walked up on live on the Facebook to their other cousin's house and would not leave. So she killed her two cousins here in Mississippi.
Okay.
Wow.
And so then the month before that, another lady with her mom hyping her up killed her husband on a live on Facebook.
Oh, they just made prison reservations in.
They stupid.
They just called and look here. I need a room for 25 years,
Right.
about 45 days, 25
Mhm.
life. I'll be there in a few minutes.
On
Damn.
Facebook Live. That's it. That's it. With their mamas there. So I'm like, look out. The mama's egging on the daughters to do this on a Facebook Live.
See, the sense of responsibility for some people is non-existent, and that don't make no sense. That's ridiculous. That's
But
ridiculous.
it never existed. That's the thing.
Huh?
It never existed. It
No.
never existed.
Well, for some people, it never existed. Others it's just amazing how a grown ass person could think that's a good idea.
So yeah, they had no
Let
sense.
me
If
ask you this question.
mama ain't got it. They ain't got it.
Hold on. Let me ask you this question. Connects. Have you heard about the story about the Marine that choked the young man out in the subway because he was
Oh yeah. I heard about that.
acting out and they said he was threatening the passengers on the subway.
Right.
So he put him in a chokehold and killed him.
Right.
And now they just indicted that young man
Well, he
for
did.
manslaughter.
Good.
Do you think that's fair?
Well, you know what, dude. When I heard the story, first thing I said was he's in trouble. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's one thing to restrain a man, and especially if you got multiple people doing it. I'm trying to figure out why death was imminent. I'm trying to figure out why if the man had some type of reaction, heart attack or something like that, and died while he was being choked.
That was a Marine, by the way. And I'm a
No,
child.
he's talking about
That was one thing.
Marine,
That's one thing. But if that guy just choked him out till he died because he felt, he felt some kind of way. It was other people helping this guy restrain this dude. Okay, I know he said he kept struggling, but to keep on holding this man down until he died, unless there was some serious physical danger, imminent danger about that dude, he got a problem.
You got a problem?
Got a problem.
Yeah, you got a problem. A Marine, they say it's a given that the Marines got a problem. But like I said, I'm a child of a Marine. They say they
He has a serious potential. Maybe not murder, but maybe murder one. Murder
No,
two.
he got manslaughter.
Yeah, manslaughter, dudes. You can't just choke some. You can't just kill somebody because they was threatening somebody else. Unless he was waving a gun around or something like that. And according to what I've heard so far, he didn't have a weapon, but he was very intimidating.
No weapon.
He was fighting with people.
He was doing that. He'd been arrested quite a few times prior. He just finished, and I mean, not at that moment, but he had punched an old woman in the face and broke her nose, and that
day.
A lot of stuff happened with that.
That day?
Excuse me?
That day?
No, I think the day before or something like that.
Well, see,
he was crying out for help. The man was crying out for help.
When the guy was choking him, none of that was apparent. Yeah. Okay? It's like when they shoot when the police shoot somebody. He was a bad student. Wait. He paid his child support.
Being a bad student ain't got nothing to do with you shooting.
Wait. All that right there. When you shot him, you didn't know that.
Right.
All that came out after the fact. So don't try and make him out to be a worse person than what he was. When you pull that trigger, there was no sign on his back that he ain't shit. Okay.
That's what they do. Because what do they say for them? I had no idea. I never knew anything, and that's them. They'll say that on the news that they had no idea that this such and such had mental problems. But for us, they'll pull up, he stole a sucker from the corner store and his mama was never there and all that crazy stuff. It's different. Mugshots come up pretty quickly for us. Whenever somebody, is
but mugshots come up real quick. I'm looking at reading the chat room, and Martin said, Lonzo, did you know that Night Owl used another sample from N.W.A? I ain't the one. No, I never heard of Night Owl, brother, until you told me about Night Owl. I had no idea they existed. So I have no idea about them using an N.W.A sample. And I don't know. I wonder if N.W.A is still knew if they use an N.W.A sample or not. I have no idea. I know the song that he made.
But I ain't the one in the sample.
Was not that great.
It's not original piece.
So. The song he did, I heard. Oh my God, it was not a good song, but it still got publishing. It ain't got to be a hit for you to get paid. Don't give a damn. Okay, it ain't got to be a hit to get you paid, and that's hey, folks. Producers need to understand that anytime they use your shit, they got to give you a check. Okay, yeah, it ain't got to be a good hit. It ain't got to be a big hit. I looked out with Master P. It was a big hit. It didn't hit with the damn on the West Coast at all. Mr. Ice Cream Man, but it was the shit down south. That's all that cares. And all I care about, because guess what? The money is the same, whether it's a hit down south, in Jamaica, in China, in whatever part of the world, the money's still the same.
Sure was.
It's still green. It still plays green at the end of the day.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Dre, you get a publishing checks from any of your stuff at all?
No, sir. That's why I said,
wow.
We on our way. We on our way.
I was just talking to my boy, Snake Puppy from LA Dream Team, and he had never received a royalty check from anything. Okay. Dude, and I hooked him up with my girl, and she sicked him on his people that's been claiming this shit, and he in shit already. It's like, damn, he found the culprit already who was hijacking this shit all this time. Okay. And how much they had a agreement. Next day, show me the agreement, and all of a sudden, it turned into a stutterer.
Oh, that guy.
I got to get back to you. I got to look it up. Okay, well, fine, look it up. It ain't what's happening though. So,
wow. I need to record this. Like I said, the person on World Star Hip Hop said that hip hop takes care of their legends.
Who? Who said that?
That's somebody told me. It was like the
what the fuck he talking about?
He was a fan. It's a difference between a fan and a historian with hip hop. And it was just the Diddy.
So there's a difference between a fan and an attorney. That's the difference.
Man,
some people just.
I'm trying to figure out where you get that from.
It doesn't make sense. I'm hanging out with y'all or just knowing what I know. I never thought that there's a perspective out there that hip hop has done right by its legends. I don't know how that perspective made sense to even believe, because it doesn't seem like it's a popular opinion to put it out there. Even James Brown's daughter said they didn't totally look out for him. But fans get led to believe that. I believe fans now are just little gossips anyway. And
well, you know what?
Things like LeBron kissing Steph Curry is real. That's AI. So, so we there. You want to fool somebody? We there in 2023.
You know, the fans of hip hop look out for the old school. The old school, the people came behind the old school. Don't look out for the old school. Not the same. No. I just had a big thing other day on my show. MC8 was saying that he was in an interview on his podcast saying that World Class Wrecking Crew was corny. It pissed me off to know the highest level of festivity, man. How do you say that somebody that gave birth to you is corny? It was a different era. It was a different kind of music. Was it corny? Not by no means, because it was enough to get you over here. And it's I just think it's really sad, man, how when hip hop turned into what I call the civil war of the streets. Anything prior to that was not acceptable. There was a lot of shit that we did before that people still get paid for, make money on, but when the Civil War jumped off, anything prior to the Civil War was whack. I mean, they threw up me, LA Dream Team, Egyptian Lover, Arabian Prince, Bobby Jimmy and the Critters. Man, we had fun. We was having fun making this shit.
Where's Eight from? Is with who?
He's from Compton.
He's what?
He's from Compton.
I thought so.
Yeah. Came over my house. The story is, heard about me from Eazy-E. Said you need to get with Lonzo. Didn't know where Gardena was. Came over my house in a car with no brakes. How bad was you trying to get to my corny ass? Okay, no bullshit.
That's true hip hop. If you're in a car with no brakes.
Chill, and Mike T, we still tight to this day. Okay, me and Chill, other member of CMW, and Mike T, another member of CMW, we're still tight to this day. Nothing but respect. Nothing but never given me nothing but respect. When Chill tells a story, who was H's partner, they came looking for me, not knowing where I lived at, not exactly, just had an idea, and they came to my house in a car, driving a car with no brakes to find my corny ass. Okay, and I don't understand. Hey man, but Chill would never say that. Mike T would never say that, but some people forget where they come from, and that's
receipts are receipts. You got the receipts.
That's what I've seen more in a lot of hip hop. People forget where they come from. I don't know where
you come from when everything. It's easy to forget where you come from when everything you think was made came only through you, and what your thing is the truth. And unfortunately, everything like that isn't the truth. That's not how it worked out. And the thing is, it's when the guards started getting put on the river saying, well, this is official, this is the truth, and this is real hip hop. And I was like, well, who died and left people a ledger on what real hip hop was? That's why I was crack up when you forget the Africa Bambaataa and the Soul Sonic Force, when you forget the Flash and the Furious 5, when you forget the Treacherous 3, Dougie Fresh, when you forget all of these artists and groups that were out there prior to what became in the early 90s, which that was the second wave, really the third wave of rap music and hip hop. It was the third wave.
Right.
Because you had the Cool Cow, Star Childs, you had Spoonie G's, you had, these are for real, the Mastodon Committee. These are groups that had huge hit records at the time. And because they aren't where you hear them played all the time here today, they still exist. They still just big up to my girl Pebbly Pooh. She still do what she do. So that's why I make statements about when you're yelling out the 50th anniversary of hip hop, and I'm saying, well, where did you start from? And you may want to say it started with Cool Herc, and I'm not denying that at all. I'm not challenging your memory or his legacy. I'm saying, but these things also existed while that took place. That's like saying, oh, basketball didn't happen till LeBron James showed up.
Right.
Right?
Right. I mean, exactly. Exactly. So here you are. You using that as the same analogy, because back in the day, Lakers wear them booty cutter shorts. That mean Kareem wasn't the shit. Okay.
Daisy Dukes.
They wore Daisy Dukes back in the day. Okay. And they wear a jock strap to keep their nuts from falling out. But were they not the shit? Dr. J, shit, he flying through the damn through the air with the nut cutters on, but he still was the shit. All right. So it just lack of appreciation for the evolution of the game, man. And that's some sad shit.
That's the biggest thing.
That's like the kids dissing the parents or the grandparents because you had an old ass Chrysler or Plymouth. Oh yeah, we had a whack ass Plymouth. Motherfucker, yeah, it was whack. It wasn't whack. We took your ass to Disneyland. It wasn't whack then. Okay.
It won't be whack either in the fender bender either, because old school will tear up these little new cars.
Okay. Okay. It was not whack when you was going through the goddamn carnival at Braggy's, I bet you. So yeah, that's just. But see, here's something I've noticed, man. I do. White kids and hip hop and old school, dude, they have a totally different admiration for you.
Don't leave out the Asians.
They have a different admiration than your own people. Okay, and that's sad, man. You got a lot of people. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of people that appreciate hip hop, true enough. But when it comes to the different level of admiration versus appreciation, is a lot higher with other groups. If Dre, as you very well know, when you go outside the country, it's a whole different world for you. Okay.
Oh, it's a different world. It's like, thank God you showed up and you're here. Oh, could you talk to us about this? Could you tell us how this happened? How did you make that 808 bass sound? Who did that? We heard Rick. No, that's not how it happened. Really, tell us the truth, because you would have wanted to. Thank you, I appreciate that. And then when you start to understand that, you start saying, "Damn, what are they saying when we're home? Why do they think that way?"
Yeah.
Why do they think that way?
I remember
that's like trying to criticize Mavis Staples from the legendary group, the Staple Singers, and say, "Oh, she's not relevant. She's no good." Mavis Staples? Are you high?
Yeah.
Are you high?
You want to compare her to Beyonce? I got your mind. She wasn't a Beyonce type, but she's a bad sister though. She wasn't no joke.
It's not even about the Beyonce comparison. I appreciate you for saying that, because we do that all the time. Here's the issue. No Mavis Staples, no Beyonce.
Right. Simple as
that. It's that simple. It's that simple.
You take certain people out the equation, and the equation stops.
There's no equation. No, and that's why I said, when you go to white kids or other people from different cultures outside of here, the reason they appreciate so much of what came before is that's how they learned to do the Ed Sheeran. Well, it's a chord progression and it's so common. You weren't alive when Marvin Gaye and Mr. Townsend dropped "Let's Do It, Let's Get It On." You weren't alive. So you have to be taught that chord progression and where that education comes from.
Right.
That's the part that's the problem. When you can't admit, you know what, I did take this because I love this music and what it did and what it made me feel. So man, if it wasn't for so-and-so, man, I don't know if I would be doing what I'm doing today.
Well, if he got
then I got nothing to say to you.
If he got a problem, October London got a problem too. Then you familiar with October London? This dude sounds like Marvin Gaye. His vibe is Marvin Gaye reincarnation. Okay, it's so tough that I like his music. Okay, that's no bullshit. But he has a sound. He has that 70s sound. His voice has that smoothness to it, but it's not Marvin Gaye. It he has a woo that Marvin Gaye be hitting and shit, and the heavy reverb and the slowness and the sexiness of his voice and the sultriness
the
of his voice.
vibrato and stuff like that.
Yeah, but it's not it's Marvin Gaye, but it ain't Marvin Gaye. You know? It's somebody gonna
because you don't have all the other elements of what Marvin Gaye was struggling with.
Somebody gonna drag him in court.
Nobody understands.
Huh?
I said people don't realize Marvin Gaye and whatever he had to go through to make the songs he made and the anguish he went after Tammy Terrell passed away and he became a different Marvin. You know, people don't realize that. Wow. People don't realize there's 3 versions of the Supremes.
Yeah.
There was 3 versions when they lost I forgot the woman's name. The original Supremes.
Florence Ballard.
Florence Ballard. Because Florence Ballard technically should have been the lead singer. But Florence didn't go see Berry Gordy on the sneak tip, from what I understand. I wasn't old enough to understand it, but they made a play about it and called it Dreamgirls.
Who was it that came out and said they had a secret affair with Diana Ross? And it was like everybody knew. Was it Smokey Robinson?
No, it was Berry Gordy.
Berry Gordy got a kid by her.
No, somebody said they had a secret affair. I gotta look it up. And everybody was like,
we just told you, Bernadette. Bernadette, we just told you who it was. She's not listening at all.
I'm listening. I'm saying I thought it was somebody else, but okay. Well, maybe I did make a comment and say we all knew that, so maybe that was it.
She's in the car.
The point I'm trying to make is that what would have happened if Florence Ballard was the lead and Diana had to step back? Mary Wilson talks about it. She says that all 3 were equally leads, but it was about a look. And they went after Diana because Diana was thin and emaciated, and she fit that model
What's
look.
The word you use? Emaciated?
Can
we get a definition, please?
OMG.
Anorexic. What do you call that? Railbone thing?
Okay.
And I'm not going by my definition or my accusations because I don't have any. I think Diana Ross is an incredible singer. I think she's an amazing superstar.
Yeah, but she wasn't
as the Supremes. Excuse me?
She wasn't. What's the girl? The other stayed with her till
Florence Ballard.
No, the other one.
Mary Wilson.
Mary Wilson. That sister was fine. I met her in person. I met her. She was fine. She died about 2 years after I met her. We were all at an event in LA. It was a bunch of old celebrities, and I was one of them. And they had Mary Wilson came through, man, and Mary Wilson was still fine. She had to be 70 years old. She had to be 70 years old then, and she was still fine. Like, remind me of Thelma. Thelma ain't never got ugly. I mean,
Thelma ain't cracking.
Man, I'm like,
Thelma
damn.
Gonna be 96 and act like Thelma's 16.
I'm like, how do y'all do this? Okay, Thelma and those 2 right there. Hey, what's the word? You found the word for me? You over there doing research?
Yes. Like I said, I was right. Since y'all said I'm not listening, Smokey Robinson came out with a confession that he and Diana Ross had an affair.
So she gave him the last, and that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
She a little freak, little bubble-eyed freak.
Motown had a lot of that going on.
Nothing about me, Smokey.
Well, she probably hit Smokey.
Yeah, Smokey just came out with it.
Writing all those hits. It was Smokey who wrote all those hits.
A song, Smokey.
During his first marriage. I still love her right till today is what he says.
Okay.
Oh, that's what Smokey says?
Yeah.
I mean, you got a bunch of teenagers and a bunch of estrogen and hormones flying everywhere. Oh, it's going to be some shit jumping off. It's going down.
Definitely some shit going on.
It's going to be some shit going down, okay? That was one of the things, the problem I had at the club. Even at the dark, oh my God. I spent more time pulling people apart than I did breaking them up from fights. Because back in the day, everybody was horny. Oh my God, don't even get me started with that shit.
All you needed was the right record.
Yes.
If you put that Boogie Oogie Oogie on, you can forget it.
Back in the day, I was teasing these kids the other day about this. Back in the day, it was all about grinding. We did all that fast shit.
Yeah.
No,
Slow
man.
drag and
They,
slow dance.
man, you must well then start a forest fire. All that friction between people's pants. And the girls, they did it as bad as the boys. They put their leg between their brother's leg, and they
Before you turn off the lights, right there.
Wait a minute, stop. Wait a minute. How you dancing? The girls put their legs between the dudes.
They standing up. They standing up. Okay.
No man.
Wait.
That was not a light.
Wait. I'm telling you what I'm looking at.
They do it.
They standing up, damn near scissoring each other. Okay. Because, dude, I'm telling you, that shit, it wasn't always just right here. Sometimes they would intertwine, okay?
On the dance floor.
On the dance floor. We talking about a slow record. We talking about Isley Brothers. Make me say it again, okay? We talking about Rolls Royce. I'm going down, okay? It's going to be some friction, okay?
On Cousin Lenny stuff.
Can I jump in real quick, my brother?
Huh?
May I jump in while
Please do.
While Bernadette is doing that? The grind song of the late 70s was by a gentleman by the name of Jackson, first name Michael, big song, I Wanna Rock With You.
Grind song, that's a cha-cha.
It's a little too fast.
What you talking about? What you grinding on? Huh?
You crazy.
That's too fast.
You out of your mind? What? Rock With You, that's a cha-cha.
No, but he
Michael Jackson is cha-cha in the video.
Dre is Jamaican, so Jamaicans grind everything.
That's true too.
I ain't never heard.
Got the dance girl. Look, that's how every y'all on the planet. Anyway.
Look. I'm sorry. I hate to tell you.
I told you.
On the West Coast, we grinded to slow songs. Okay. That's smoky shit.
We didn't dance to slow songs like that.
I don't know what y'all call. I don't know what you call grinding. But we talk about some sexual shit. When you leave, your pants might have a wet spot on them when we got through. Okay, you might have a wet spot. In fact,
y'all was trying to hump each other.
In fact, I ain't through yet. In fact, back in the day, there was a video they would play for your ass in health class about grinding and dancing too close to
no
bullshit. It was like that marijuana. That marijuana video.
I want you to find that. You find that video.
That marijuana video.
That video. You find that video.
It was in health class. In health class. The man, what's a man?
Lonzo,
if I can find it,
you find that video.
If I can find it, I'll find it. But that's a long time ago.
Did they tell y'all to the church hug?
But it was a video. It was a video, and they played for us in health class. That dancing too close to each other in an intimate situation, if a man gets aroused, a woman can get pregnant. I'm like, huh? You nigga pants? Okay, they show a little wet spot. Oh yeah.
That's why Captain Sky. Wait a minute. That's why Captain Sky made the song "Super Sperm." Because if you pregnant through pants, that's some super sperm.
Dude, I'm telling you,
they had like some church scare tactics.
They had a bunch. They scared. They tried to scare us with everything. Man,
they told you if y'all dance.
They told you if you dance too close to a record, your ass might get pregnant. Okay, because
y'all believe it. That's the other part.
We dumb.
What's this? Junior high? Middle school?
Huh?
Middle school? Junior high?
Yeah, middle school.
Of course.
My man, Vista Lights 1972 says that was the same video about wearing jeans and where'd it go? About wearing tight jeans. Yeah. They had all kind of scare videos. If you wear tight jeans.
In California.
That's what getting infected.
Worse than the South. Wow.
Huh?
I want to hear this movie. I want to hear it. Look at Lonzo. This is your homework assignment.
If it's still around, it was black and white. It was black and white. Had white kids in the video, and they was dancing. And because back in the day, man, if I tell you what, there's no bullshit. You can look it up if you want to. In Compton right now, it's fucking illegal to slow dance.
Wow. Okay, so I kind of believe you now because y'all, that's where y'all are now.
In Compton, it's illegal to slow dance. Look it up.
I can't.
Progress y'all have y'all made.
Where did that? Look it up. It's under some of the craziest laws that never came off the books, and that's one of them.
I cannot with you.
Somebody brought it to my attention at one of my parties in Compton. You know, it's illegal to slow dance. Bullshit. Watch this.
Before you turn off the lights, Mister. Before you turn off the lights, breaking the law.
Right here. They pulled that shit up, huh?
How are you gonna enforce that?
They pulled up that shit. Craziest laws.
That sounds so southern and
slow dancing in Compton is technically illegal.
Okay, everybody, stop the music. Everybody, stand where you are. If you're next too close to your partner, we're taking you downtown.
So you a rebel, huh?
No time to clean your
encouraging it. Wow.
I was encouraging all kind of
shit. That's funny.
Not to be lovers before friends. That was my first time.
That's funny.
That's real shit.
That's funny. So before they would turn out the lights and close the door, y'all was getting arrested for slow dancing.
Hey, man. But back in the day, dude.
You know what? I like it. You could use that, Lonzo, and make some content about it.
We did not. And that's something that people from the other generation later generations have to understand. We slow dancing, cha-cha, and boogieing were the three types of dances we did. We were not one-dimensional, and that's something that people forget. That you ever heard a gangster slow record? The only so-called gangster I've ever known to make a slow record about two women was Tupac and Snoop made one later on, but it wasn't even a slow record. It was more of a beautiful. I think it was beautiful, but somebody actually made a slow record with Tupac. Most cats lead slow records to R&B groups. And you would think that only way a gangster rapper get laid is damn near through rape. I can't say that word, but you would think they always had to pull the R on somebody to get laid, because they don't talk soft to women. They talk hard.
DJ Quick said something about just no, you can't. Don't tell him no or something like on Just Ain't Me.
Okay.
You know, hell no, it ain't me. How you gonna tell me no? I forgot it. I used to like the song, but as an adult, when I listened to it, I was like, damn.
Now, Freak Dance, Top Dollar King. Freak dancing was another up tempo way to get your freak on. Oh, that shit was. Oh, not talking about putting leg on somebody, and them limber ass girls will put her legs on the brother's shoulder, on his shoulder, and be dancing with one leg. And dude, we had to watch that shit. That's pretty good.
I got a story. When I first went to DC, I had a Jamaican guy tell me what we danced. We kind of danced dirty in the dirty South. He was like, I have to tell you that I do dance a little dirty. I dance it, but I don't mean any harm. I like to dance real close, and I like to grind you. I was like,
come on.
In our family reunions, we have aunties. We got aunties that we have to say, auntie, get off the floor. We used to it in the country. The auntie will get on the floor. We have to help her up because she up there twerking, but way beyond her years. So it was weird for somebody to disclaim themselves, because that's what we do in the South.
So excuse me, Bernadette. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, listening to this episode of Legendary Connects. Please make sure that you take your children out of the room when paying attention to the grind, the cha-cha, the
cha-cha,
the slow dance, the slow dance, and of course the dancehall Jamaican music that I must dance close to you so I may grind. What the hell?
It's all fun.
In Compton back in the day, we boogie. We had a little sway, we had a little moves, right? But everybody waited for the cha-cha and the slow dance. Okay, the cha-cha is when you got your cool on. Okay, the slow dance is when you got your groove on. If a girl cha-cha with you, she might want to tongue kiss your ass. Okay, and boy, that was some big shit back in the day. All right.
Dre has a story about.
When I tell my story, I said you call the cha-cha. I'm not bunny hopping now. No, I'm not telling the bunny hop. I'm going to tell you a little story about Rock With You all night. And it was at Grand Street School. It was in the middle of the winter. And it was King Charles on the Wheels of Steel. And he dropped Michael Jackson's Rock With You. Okay. And I was dancing with this young lady. And we all was on the floor. And everybody from left to right was rocking and grinding the hard as you could while he kept playing Rock With You all night. And when he got, and when the groove is dead and gone, by the time she went, yeah, you know that, and he turns the music off, and all the girls sing, love survives, so we can rock forever. If your hands on around her booty and pulling close to you, rocking back and forth, you done blew the song. You blew it. You blew it. And that song was so hot, he had to play it 3 times in a row. Because when they cut the lights on, people scattered like roaches.
Hey.
Come on, man. I don't know what the cha-cha step was, but I know what Rock With You was, because we got that from Rock the Boat, Don't Rock the Boat, Baby. Don't Tip the Boat Over. You didn't know that song either?
Yeah, we had that.
The Hughes Corporation?
Did y'all slow dance to that too?
No, you don't slow dance to Rock the Boat. Rock the Boat was mid-tempo. It was a mid-tempo song.
I don't see.
I had to tell you. But Rock With You by Michael Jackson, that was the ultimate grind. Hump your way through a dance.
I would have been messed up with that song and would have been like I couldn't dance. Because, I mean, yeah, the Jamaican would have to apologize for that one.
All right, folks. Time is up. An hour has gone by, my fellow host. Much love to everybody. I see all my folks in the house tonight. Martin Cozy, Easy Steve, E Groove, the Funkadelic is cuts it off. Part of it gets cut off. Top Dollar King in the house, folks. Gary's Garage. Who else am I? Derek Mallory for all the input. Vista Light 1972. Mr. Union. Everybody, thank you very much for all your support and being in the chat room and hanging out with us, folks, y'all. It's about time to go. Bernadette, say goodbye.
Goodbye. Don't dance too close.
Dr. Dre, say goodbye.
You know that love survives, that we can rock forever. And I'm out.
All right, folks. This is Lonzo, the Godfather, West Coast Hip Hop. You live with Legendary Connect. My man, Dr. Dre, Miss B, in the car, kicked out the house by the sugar daddy. I just said, she might be homeless. We have to do a GoFundMe for her. In the meantime,
there you go, sugar free.
Sugar free.
Sugar free.
All right, folks. We out of here, y'all. Peace.